What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm going to be covering Hedera Hashgraph, as it looks like it might be ready to break out again. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
So this was HBAR in one of my previous videos. It was trading at about 4.5 cents, and we had it drawn in a falling wedge. I called out the double bottom, and we were talking about how it was trading beneath the 786 on the Fibonacci. And this is HBAR now, trading at over 6 cents. And you can see it broke out perfectly out of the falling wedge, and it actually went way above the measured move. And at its peak, it reached just under 7 cents. So had you guys taken this trade, you could have made up to 50% gains in about a month. And if you compare that to the stock market, the average return is 10% in a year. That would mean we made in 1 month what the stock market makes in 5 years, which are actually amazing gains. And if you enjoy making gains in the crypto market, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. But anyways, I'll go deeper into the chart at the end of the video. So as I was saying, HBAR is currently trading at just over 6 cents. Its market cap is just over 2 billion, which ranks 34th among all cryptocurrencies. And its circulating supply is up to 33.5 billion out of a max supply of 50 billion, which is about 67% in circulation. And I do want to point out one thing about the circulating supply, and it directly has to do with price action. So there are a lot of people out there complaining that HBAR is not going parabolic like the rest of the crypto market. Instead, it's making very average gains. And they're not entirely wrong, because when HBAR is pumping, the team is actually releasing supply into circulation. And you can look at this two different ways. The first way being that, yeah, obviously you're not maximizing your gains. But the way that I prefer to look at it is they are doing this during a bear market rather than right in the middle of a bull run. So right now, if you believe in HBAR long term, you have a better chance to continue accumulating. But at the same time, I understand everyone's going to perceive this in a different way. Now, HBAR is currently down 89% from its all-time high that it reached 2 years ago of 57 cents. But now I want to show you the dilution that truly has taken place. So if you come to market cap of and you compare the current market cap of HBAR to the all-time high market cap of HBAR, which was 6.8 billion. If HBAR got back to those levels, it'd be trading at a price point of 20 cents. And obviously 20 cents is nowhere near 57 cents, which means that almost 3 times the supply has been released into circulation. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that HBAR won't reach its price all-time high of 57 cents. In fact, I think there's a pretty good chance that it does. But don't just expect HBAR to need to get to a 6.8 billion market cap in order to reach those levels. Because as you can see right here, that will only get it to 20 cents. So just understand the dilution that has taken place. And then lastly, if you're looking to invest in HBAR, I recommend using Binance, Coinbase, or KuCoin. I think those are the 3 easiest centralized exchanges to use. But now we'll get into some HBAR news. So if you come over to their Twitter, which has 312,000 followers, this video is about a minute long, but I think it's actually really fascinating. So already leveraged by global institutions, the Hedera Guardian is the trust layer of climate finance. This is how we scale from billions to trillions. And yes, I am well aware that there are people out there who are going to disagree with the importance of climate change. And I'm not here to argue whether or not climate change is actually a big deal. But I will say, to the crypto market, climate change is a big deal. So anyways, here's this video.
Humanity is in a race against time when it comes to climate change. Direct carbon capture at scale offers the best hope for decarbonization. But today, the principal tools we have in the battle are reducing our own emissions, investing in environmental technologies, and offsetting our carbon footprint. However, there are challenges with carbon offset projects with both trust and transparency. So, what if there were a solution to make carbon offsets transparent, auditable, and discoverable to build trustworthy, fair markets that lead to a greener future? The Hedera Guardian is the first open source solution enabling developers to create trustworthy environmental assets. It's time to bring the balance sheet of the planet to the public ledger. Join the world-class organizations building a carbon-negative ecosystem on Hedera.
Now, obviously, that video was recorded to be quite dramatic, but the point stands that Hedera could be one of the best layer ones for climate change. And I do also want to point out Hedera's governing council in case this is your first Hedera video. Look at some of the names on here that they're connected with: Google, IBM, Shinhan Bank, Standard Bank, LG, UCL, Dell Technologies, Deutsche Telekom. This list has some of the highest status companies and institutions in the world. And remember, Hedera's market cap is only 2 billion. If you compare their connections to a lot of the bigger layer ones out there, you would be surprised at how small HBAR actually is, which is a big reason that I cover HBAR all the time. I think it's a fantastic investment for the next bull run. Obviously, that's not financial advice, but the writing is on the walls. But now we'll go over some macro news that could affect HBAR's price action, even though it's not directly correlated to HBAR. So this is Watcher Guru's Twitter. And first, I like what they posted 19 hours ago. Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy Bitcoin investment is now at $1.6 billion of unrealized profit. And this is awesome to see because everyone was clowning him just a year ago for continuously buying Bitcoin even though they were about to get liquidated. But because he stood on his conviction of crypto, he is now one of the biggest winners out there. And then I want to talk about what they posted December 1st. So the SEC spot Bitcoin ETF potential approval window is between January 5th through January 10th of 2024. And I also want to point out that BlackRock's ETF approval record with the SEC is 575 to 1. So if that doesn't give you confidence that it's going to get approved, I don't know what to tell you. But what you have to understand about this is that BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager in charge of almost $10 trillion of funds. And if they get a spot Bitcoin ETF approved, that means they will actually have to hold the Bitcoin asset, which would install a lot of confidence within the entire crypto market, while also making it significantly easier for the older generations to get into cryptocurrency, as they won't have to worry about self-custody. So these ETFs are definitely something to keep your eyes on. Now for the final part of this video, we'll go over some technical analysis. So this is HBAR on the daily time frame. And as I said, had you guys taken this falling wedge trade, you could have made up to 50% gains in a month. But anyways, what am I seeing right now? So the RSI was very overbought, but has now started to reset. And the stochastics have completely reset. Neither indicator looks too bad right now. In addition, if you look at price action, we swing from a lower low to a higher low. The RSI is higher low to lower low. That is Class A bullish divergence, which typically signals a local bottom has been reached. And if you look at the moving averages, the 21-day has broken above the 200-day moving average, which is a golden cross. And golden crosses typically signal an explosive move is coming. Plus, price action has recently just gotten back above the 21-day moving average. And as long as we stay above it, I will be bullish in the short term. What we don't want to happen is that price action starts trading beneath the 21-day. That could be very bearish. Now, lastly, it's a little bit ugly, but you could actually argue that HBAR is forming an ascending triangle, which is a 50-50 pattern. And it actually has a huge measured move to just over 8 cents. Now, in my opinion, whether or not this breaks out completely depends on whether or not price action can stay above the 21-day moving average. If we break beneath it and we start trading below this trend line, then again, I think we're bearish in the short term. But at the same time, there are quite a few other very bullish indicators. So I wouldn't be shocked if HBAR does break up. Now, lastly, we'll go over Bitcoin as it's correlated to most altcoins. So my one major drawback to Bitcoin right now is the fact that the RSI and stochastics are extremely overbought. And not just on the daily time frame, but also the 3-day is cooked and the weekly is very overbought as well. Not to mention the weekly time frame has had 7 green candles in a row, which could be classed as a parabolic move for sure, as Bitcoin has went from 26,100 to over 39,000. And in my experience, chasing a parabolic move rarely works out well for you. Now, for me, the one thing saving Bitcoin is that you could argue that it was trading in a bull flag which started to break up, and it has a huge measured move to over 42,000. Now, the reason that I think this measured move is still valid is because price action is using the 21-day moving average perfectly as support. We have touched it like 5 different times. So honestly, unless we start trading beneath the 21-day moving average, I think 42K might hit. But as I say in every single one of my videos, macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So if all of a sudden the Bitcoin spot ETFs were to get approved, that could skyrocket the entire market. On the contrary, if Binance were to crash or something terrible happen, that could tank the entire market. So just understand in the short term, anything can happen. Crypto is going to be extremely volatile. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think HBAR will go next bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.